Welcome to Toby's Glue Bomber Circus. If you're enjoying the channel, please consider giving it a thumbs up, leaving a comment, and subscribing to the channel. Would really appreciate it. Thank you very much. Enjoy the show. Hi everybody, and welcome back to the circus. As you can see, I've got another model that I'm going to start building. If you remember, the last model I finished was the Land Rover. That took about 2 or 3 years for me to finally get around to it. I built a few other kits in between, and the same is probably going to happen on this in this case as well. However, for a different reason, because this kit is going to be a kit that can easily go together. It's really more of a curbside build. The engine detail is very simple. Matter of fact, you don't even have a full engine detail with this kit, and the engine compartment doesn't open up or anything like that. And even the interior is pretty simple, unlike what you saw with the Land Rover and what you see with the Revell microbuses. This is the Volkswagen Type 2 microbus, a 23 window one from Hasegawa. I also have similar ones from Revell, and they're much more complex and much more detailed than this. But this is the one I wanted to go for right now, simply because, well, that Land Rover took a lot out of me. And this is also going to take quite a bit out of me, but not because of the build, because of what I plan on doing with it. And that involves some of this stuff over here and other things that I'm still trying to order for it. Now, let me show you what I've done so far, and that's basically parts of the body. I painted it purple, and then you have the white here. This is the color it actually came. I'm not painting that portion unless I feel I actually have to. And then this is supposed to be like a medium gray for the cloth top on there. Notice there's no detail in here. I'm not worried about that. You're not going to see it anyway when I'm done. And then this is the bottom. Again, you're not going to see any of this really when I'm done. I'm going to do some touch-up painting on there and everything. But as you can see, it is just a curbside. This is all the engine detail you get. This will go on top here, where you would have seen the rest of the engine if there was an engine. And it doesn't matter, because you're not going to see any of the wheel detail either when I'm done with what I plan on doing with this. What I plan on doing is turning this into basically kind of like a food truck of sorts. It's going to be sitting down sort of like that, and then there's going to be a frame built around the bottom of it, so you will not see the wheels. I'm planning on putting a kind of a patio out in front of it, and this is going to be where food and stuff is stored. And then behind it over here, I'm going to set up the grill and everything, and behind it will be where the garbage cans would be kept and everything. The doors I'm going to open up, and then I'm going to put different detailing on the inside. I've got to put shelves in here and all sorts of other stuff. The only area that is going to be semi-intact is going to be up in the driver's area. That's going to remain kind of complete. But everything else on the inside is going to be changed out. I think I haven't really decided yet with the windows. I don't know if I want to put the windows in or if I'm going to blank over them with like plywood or something. I have a feeling what I'm going to do is put the windows in and put curtains up behind them, or I might blank over some of the windows and leave other windows open for light. The front area will definitely be left open for light. The front door does not easily open. This is the only portion that's going to be opened up, as well as the back here. Those are actually designed to be cut open if you want to, and I am going to cut them open and keep them up. And then I'm going to put all the food supplies and stuff on the inside for the grill behind there. And then the patio up front is going to have the interior seats on the patio, along with another table. And then you'll also see signs for the restaurant, or whatever you want to call it. It's going to be like a pop-up stand of some kind, but semi-permanent. These are the seats from inside. I'm going to change those a little bit, and those will be seats for kind of like a booth out on the deck, like so, with a table in between. And then I have another table, a little round table, that I'm also going to put up on the deck, so there'll be places for people to eat. And then I'm also going to have a cooler out there, put in a keg for beer and stuff like that. If I can figure out how to do an umbrella, I'm going to do like an umbrella and a few other things on it. And it's going to be part of a larger beach diorama that I'm working on, but it's going to be kind of like the centerpiece of it. So that's going to take a while, but I do have time to work on it now, so it'll be fun working on it. And I don't have the entire vision figured out in my mind. But the other day when I was cruising through eBay like I want to do, I found some interesting things called raccoons. And so these are 1/24 scale raccoons from a company called Scale Grail. And they also have garbage cans with raccoons. And so I grabbed those. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to have the garbage cans and stuff behind the microbus, and the raccoons playing in the garbage. So that'll be fun. Going to have to do a little bit of editing and working on these a little bit, but I think it'll be a lot of fun to get that done. So that'll be something going on behind it. I do have at least one waitress for the deck that I have to build, and I haven't quite decided if I'm going to build the deck out of plastic, which is probably what I'm going to do. I'm probably going to use evergreen strips for the deck instead of actual wood, because I have a feeling I will have better control over it if I'm using that and building it. So that's probably what I'm going to do. And then it's going to be kind of like out on a beach or something like that. So it should be fun to get that all done. And well, we'll see how it turns out in maybe a year or so. But in the meantime, this is the first time I ever tried to mask this off. This was done with rattle can purple. I got a spot up here where I'm going to have to fix. I'm just going to decant some of the rattle can purple, and this is, to me, is rattle can purple. And as you can see, to me, is a bottle purple. Doesn't quite match it, so I was hoping it would, but it didn't. So I'm going to have to fix that part up. But I think I did a pretty good job, and this was just with masking tape. I should have probably used something better. And then where some of it faded into it, I actually took an emery cloth and brushed it off. So that worked out all right. Still working on the top, haven't finished painting it completely, and I got to clean up that a little bit. That's not a problem. But that's where I am with that. But you know what? Let me show you what all is in this kit. This is basically the front seat, and then you got the dashboard there. This is a part that is used on some kits, but not this one. I think this is used on the one that is like a pickup version of a microbus. This is the back of the seat. I'm still touching up the paint on there. Here's the front bumpers and the back bumper. They also have these bumpers with it, the chrome ones, and I guess those are actually, yeah, those are also for this kit, I guess, if you want to use it. But these were the ones that were apparently made for this particular one. This is the exhaust pipe. You got a variety of mirrors. You do have a rear view mirror for the inside, and then the two side view mirrors going on, and you have an antenna on there. I'll be using all those parts. None of these parts are actually used in the kit, so all of that was the bottom of the kit. The stuff all the pieces missing were the things that were on the bottom of the kit. And then what else we got? Got the stick shift and steering wheel. And that's the steering wheel column. And then those are for the license plates there. These are parts that go on the tires, for the tires, so you can get the tires hooked up and they will still roll and everything. And then got two sets of these. These are the hubcaps for the tires. Chrome bits for the headlamps, and then I'm not sure what those two parts are. Oh, the door handles. That's one of the things that got me with this. Is this one has the external door handles that you see here and here, and there's also a third one for the other side. It's on here somewhere on the chrome. Yeah, right there. There's the other one, I think. So you have all the little door handles on here. The external door handles on Revell's Land Rover were molded in place. It's like, could you have made those separate? No. That would have been helpful. And then more chrome bits. Oh, these are for the hubcaps and stuff for the wheels. Clear glass parts for the all the headlamps and everything. And then all the glass for the vehicle. So you have the front section vehicle, you know, this is for the very front, that is molded separately, and then this is for all the other glass. As you can see, this portion has been cut out. That's for where the door can be opened up, and then you have the two pieces for the door and then the back window. So that's all the parts. I mean, it is a simple build, no doubt about it. So I think if I were building it straight out of the box, I could probably do this in about a week. However, I'm not building it straight out of the box, so it's going to take me a little bit of time to do that, just to get the kit the way I want it to be. Like I said, and my mind is not made up on a lot of things yet. I should have shown the decals. The decals are pretty cool. You got the stripes for all portions of the body, you know, that go around the metal, the I don't know what it is, the chrome trim. They do have that in place here, so I'm going to be able to put that on there, and that might disguise some of the errors that I have on the purple paint. We'll see how that goes, but as you can see, this is got a red stripe in the middle, and then it's supposedly silver on the outside. You do have the VW symbol, but as this is actually raised, I don't know how well that decal is going to sit on there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just do this with a chrome pen. That's what I'll probably end up doing with that. But yeah, I think it'll work out pretty good. You do have decals for the gauges on your you know, your dashboard and everything. So all in all, I think it's pretty cool. Very simple. This was made back in 1998, I guess, first. I don't know how long it's been around, but I picked it up about 4 or 5 years ago, and have been looking forward to building it, and now I'm finally getting around to it. And when I first got it, I was really looking at it going right out of the box, but you know how it is, you get this vision in your mind. It's like, wow, that would be a really cool thing to turn into, like, you know, some beach bum's business that he cranked up on a beach. And that's really what I'm looking at with it. Anyway, I'll talk to you again soon. Hope you enjoyed this. Thank you for visiting Toby's Glue Bomber Circus. Really do appreciate you dropping by. If you enjoyed the show, please remember to leave a comment, give us that thumbs up, and consider subscribing to the channel. Hope to see you back soon. Thanks again for dropping by.